My name is Philip Aroko. I saw something on Twitter for the DCI that I'm a person of interest in the matter of the late Mr. Charles, the MP for Kaspul. I've been around. My phone has been on. I'm ready for anything. I don't fear being someone with the DCI. It's normal. I want to hear what they have against me. I will also respond.
That we have made very significant progress in arresting the perpetrators and their collaborators. And it will shock you to note that this is a very heinous crime that was done in a very cavalier manner, involving people that ordinarily some should have
As an introduction to this video, we are going to get down to a post that is currently going viral on social media. The DCI has given us the culprit in the murder of one MP, Charles Ong'ondo. The name is none other than the name of a famous Omabe politician and also an aspiring Kasipul MP by the name of Philip Aroko. Now listen, this man went ahead to mourn the death of Honorable Charles Ong'ondo. Kenyans have unheard the moving condolences message that Philip Nahashon Aroko made a week ago after the death of Kasipul MP Charles Ong'ondo. Taking to its social media platforms, the Directorate of Criminal Investigation announced that it is looking for Philip Nahashon Aroko, a person of interest in the assassination of the MP. Now listen to the message that one Aroko wrote on his Facebook page. It is with deep sorrow and a heavy heart that I extend my heartfelt condolences following the tragic and untimely demise of Honorable Charles Ong'ondo, our sitting MP of Parliament for Kasipul constituency. The news of his passing after being gunned down last night has left us all shocked, pained, and grieving. He wrote on Facebook on May 1st, 2025. He further argued the DCI to expedite the investigation and arrest those connected to the murder. And listen to him. As we come to terms with this great loss, I urge the relevant authorities, including the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, DCI, to conduct thorough and swift investigations and bring those responsible for these heinous acts to justice. Violence must never be allowed to silence the voice of leadership or rob communities of their chosen representatives. What up? This is the man. Listen. He says, Honorable Charles Ong'ondo was not just a worthy competitor, he was my member of parliament. I hope and trust that the Directorate of Criminal Investigation will pursue all avenues to ensure that those responsible are brought to justice. I argue my fellow constituents to remain calm and prayerful during this difficult time as we mourn the loss of our MP. Wadau. With the Facebook post now circulating wildly, Kenyans have been stunned by the irony as Philip is now wanted for the murder of the MP. The DCI asked the Kasipul man to surrender immediately to the nearest police station. Aliambia DCI wafanye uchunguzi. Wamemkamata yeye. Wamemnab yeye. He wanted the culprit to be nabbed. Now they have nabbed him. Please, I hear he is walking around with his lawyer, Bwana Danstan Omar. That's what's up. Let's start the video. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, the murder of one Charles Ong'ondo is a hot topic right now, one that has been spoken through the corridors of power for the few days that this murder has been ongoing, the investigation has been ongoing in this murder for the last few days. But we hadn't placed any face on the assassination of Ong'ondo until about 2 hours ago, when the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, the DCI, went ahead to publicize the picture of one man by the name of Philip Nahashon Aroko. I mean, when you hear the name Nahashon, you resonate with the name that was brought forward in the assassination of one former MP and Minister Tom Mboya. Remember, Nahashon Jenga was accused of murdering Tom Mboya. So right now, the man that is being accused of plotting and funding the assassination of Charles Ong'ondo Were is none other than Philip Nahashon Aroko. The Directorate of Criminal Investigations has ordered Philip Nahashon Aroko to surrender to the nearest police station over the murder of Kasipul MP Charles Were. The DCI explained that Aroko is a person of interest in the ongoing investigation, citing that his compliance with the summons is mandatory. And I quote them. The Directorate of Criminal Investigation request Philip Nahashon Aroko to surrender immediately to the nearest police station. He is a person of interest in the ongoing investigation into the brutal murder of Honorable Charles Ong'ondo Were. Compliance with this request is mandatory, DCI said in a post on X. And they said, we also appeal to anyone with the information regarding his whereabouts to contact the nearest police station or use toll-free number. So far, the police officers have arrested 9 suspects in connection with the MP's murder as investigations continue. The late MP's bodyguard, Alan Omondi Ogola, and his driver, Walter Wino, were also apprehended on suspicion of their involvement in a criminal gang that orchestrated his demise. Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen today also revealed that Were's close associates collaborated with his killers. And I quote him, "We have made clear significant progress in arresting the perpetrators and their collaborators. And it will shock you to note that this was a heinous crime done in a clever manner, involving people who ordinarily should have taken good care of him in his interest," Murkomen said. The suspects will be brought to book and serve as an example. Their punishment will be an example to anyone who thinks they can run away from the law. The MP was shot dead on Wednesday, April 30th, in Nairobi evening traffic by a gunman whose accomplice was riding a motorbike. Until now, the investigation are ongoing. But they are telling us a man by the name of Philip Nahashon Aroko was the mastermind behind this assassination. Now, the question that a lot of Kenyans are asking, who is this man by the name of Philip Aroko, who has been asked to surrender to the nearest police station? Philip Nahashon Aroko is believed to be a politician from Homa Bay County. Now, let's dive deep into this. Aroko's lawyer, as we speak, has also spoken and is none other than Dansan Omar. I mean, Omar is known of representing crooks, but I never saw him in this one. So he says, I will present my client Philip Nahashon Aroko to Gingiri police station shortly. He is being framed politically, Omar said on a social media account on Wednesday night. So far, 9 suspects, as we said, have been nabbed, but now the fingers are all pointing towards Aroko, as he is being brought in as a suspect in these claims. Now, details suggest that Aroko may have had political ambitions in Kasipul, the very seat held by the slain MP. Social media post dating back to 2024 shows local residents publicly endorsing him as a prospective candidate for the 2027 general election in Kasipul. Aroko's name is also linked to several high-profile fraud cases, most notably fake gold scams that have attracted national attention. In 2018, he was charged alongside businessman Jared Otieno and others for allegedly conning a foreign investor, Samir Etor, out of 23 million Kenyan shillings. They had claimed they would sell and ship 8 kilograms of gold to Dubai. In another incident, he was among 15 suspects arrested in Kilelesho in connection with 300 million Kenyan shillings gold scam targeting a businessman from Laos. The property where the arrest took place was also linked to Otieno. During court appearances, Aroko denied involvement, claiming he was only a driver. However, investigators testified that he was an active participant in a coordinated scheme to defraud investors. Despite the criminal allegations, Aroko has remained visibly active in political circles and appears to have been positioning himself to contest the Kasipul parliamentary seat in 2027. Now, unasikia jinsi ambavyo mambo yanafunguka. We said that this was a political assassination. But you know what? As one lawyer, Danson Omar, says, this is a game plan of pointing out fingers. And he says his client, Aroko, has nothing to do with the assassination of one Kasipul MP, Charles Ong'ondo. Right now, all we can say, if there are people that are trying to find an scapegoat in this matter, are the investigative bodies, and more so the Cabinet Secretary of Interior, Kipchumba Murkomen. They are looking for somebody, and that somebody will carry the blame for this assassination. It doesn't matter whether he was actively involved, but once they discover a link between the perpetrator, the man who they see fits the profile. I mean, uwe uko na pesa, uwe uko na interest ya hiyo kiti ya Kasipul, uwe umekuwa na kesi kadhaa za ulagai hapa na pale kama huyu Aroko, the best culprit. So huyu jamaa ile mzigo anaenda kubebeshwa, the investigative bodies won't care whether he was the gunman, whether he paid the gunman. And you know, in such cases, if he facilitated this assassination, he should be charged with second degree murder. It is not a first degree for him, because for him, he just paid people out. Remember, one of the suspect ambaye alikamatwa, the officer mwenye inasemekana aliweza kucarry out this Eneas Act, he was caught with $4,800. That is an equal amount of about 600,000 Kenyan shillings. Hiyo ni pesa kidogo ya chai ambayo jamaa alikuwa nayo. Remember, if this guy is the perpetrator and he is really the man that is behind this assassination, utashangaa. This man will walk out of this without being touched. Do you know what these people have? If you hear somebody has been named in a gold scam worthy $1 billion Kenyan shillings, just ask yourself, before akuje kupatikana, huyu mtu alikuwa amepiga deal ngapi? How many deals did the person done? Now, they have put a face on the assassination of Charles Ong'ondo. Will they let that face slip off their hands? They have put Aroko there and they will taint the name of Aroko. Kumbuka, hii kiti ya Kasipul, after Ong'ondo ameuawa, speculations zilishaanza. There are people that have already started preparing for by-election in Kasipul. Hata huyo mtu hajawekwa kwa mchanga yawa. They have started preparing campaigns. Wameingia huko, wanasema wao wanaitisha tena 10 bila break. As of right now, all we can say ni ati tunangoja investigations ziendelee. And as I have always told you, we will keep you updated on the development in this case. Please make sure you subscribe. See you in our next video. Kumbuka, hii ni The Kenyan Daily Report.